Hi teammates, we're going to go over some things today. Right here, Giroloma Ganga Suit Graft and Rapture. That video from a year ago, or over a year ago, shows Ganga, who I'm seeing is connected to the Usrc Hudson, and Ganga led me to Negrita band. So just take a look at that there. We're going to go over the Revelation 13 sea beast today, so I felt compelled to get this out there. And in the middle of this vision, I had some trouble getting it down. And I think God is telling me, like, it's about time to stop the visions, you know. I think it's, like the host given to me and all that. I feel like that time is about over because I even had trouble with the vision tonight, and usually I don't have any trouble. I just see it, you know, and then I just write it down. But tonight I had trouble with looking things up, and to free vibe with it, I have to look things up, and so I get a picture of what I see, but it's getting screwed up. So, and al-Baghdadi just got killed by the U.S. forces, so that might have something to do with it. It could be voodoo, but either way, I'm taking it as a sign to go ahead and just get this down, and then we'll go from here. And this could be one of my last vision type videos. I could have other videos, you know, with intel, just straight intel, but this might be the last vision that I have. So I was led to that Ganga video, and then I saw him as a head, but then I revised it because I thought, no, that's really not what it is, because we've already gone over him in a past video, and what is it really? I asked God, and he led me to this Negrita Italian rock band, and he said the spirit of that, he led me to the spirits today, and said that the spirit of the ship, the Usrc Hudson, was ahead, and that this Negrita Italian rock band is ahead, and that it's a spirit of the band and spirit of the ship. So, and that's revision of finality, I feel like. So basically this mouth, which is a lion, body leopard, feet a bear, that's Revelation 13 beast. I feel like it's connected to the iron and the clay feet of the statue that Nebuchadnezzar sees. And basically it's my dad and me, you know, and my dad is Hu Yi and all those, but it's like we're both that beast type, you know, mobbing, and that all these creatures here, you can see those. That all those creatures are the heads and horns, and then Saint David, and who is the Most High's son, because the Most High is my grandpa on my dad's side. And the Most High is just a term, but he represents the Joseph and Reuben God figures. How there's there's 12, and then there's 12 Godheads that are the 12 tribes of Israel, and then there's a few more for Dan and Ephraim and the Jabba the Hutt type starseed gods. Okay, so that's where you get those from, and some of them overlap, but the Most High is a name for my grandpa. God has many names, and who people think of as God is the 717, which equals the door, just as the 7, 1, and a 7 looks like the door. And that's Jesus's dad. And he's God in heaven. He never leaves heaven. And he has 34 stars, in his hand, or that he's conquered. So the Most High's son is Mark and George, and then my dad, Steve. And S. Bedingfield there. That's a head. And I believe that's the head that gets wounded. Okay. So we'll start up here. You got Negrita Italian band, and from that you got the Tupac creature. Usrc Hudson. Okay, we're going back to that Hudson dream that my grandpa on my mom's side had. And then that's JFK head, and this overlaps with my dad's form as the boiled Wakao, or the boiled pirate, okay, who we've gone over. So some of these like overlap and they have each other's horns and characteristics. So, but this is what I saw. And then Cornelis Court, who is Nebuchadnezzar, is the lice-headed creature, and the 90s program Hobbit, okay, of the Lone Side Mafia. Then you've got Hu Yi, Japanese macaque, that overlaps. Saint David Najar, that overlaps. The Amar Campa Najar head of that creature. And then Most High stands alone. And then Chukwala, which has the golem, which is the time we're in now. And then the creature below, which we're going to go over right now. So, creature, almost failed vision. Okay, so this is kind of a big deal, you know. This was a hard vision to get out, and I feel like this is probably my last vision, you know. I mean, they've been slowly getting to that point, but tonight was it just hit me on the head. It was like I lost my mojo type sort of thing. It was like I couldn't get it out. So, but it was a stabbed snake, kind of like a Mesa snake, with the arm of a gorilla with peanut butter jar in his hand, okay? It's like the snake is laying flat and then has 4 feet or arms. Well, it has 3 feet and 1 arm, and that's the gorilla there. With a peanut butter jar in his hand. Left foot is a gecko and right arm is a gecko. And this is all to scale. It all like equals out, except the gorilla arm is a little bit longer. So it's a little bit deformed, this one, but it's all to scale, you know. And then right foot is a Sith Lord who tried to escape with G, the G intercourse, but failed. Which is an attempted Darth O'Valley, okay, that's what that is. And then he's force sensitive, so that force sensitivity kind of makes an equilibrium for his body, because his body is deformed and not really equal. It's like the force sensitivity helps with that. And it's Schlumbergera, you see that there? Kodiak bear leg, okay? And that's the right foot there. So it's got 3 that are like legs, and then 1 is an actual arm. And then hummingbird feeders, which feed on Schlumbergera, is connected to Judges 20:33 through 34. Okay, so Judges chapter 20, verse 33 through 34. That explains that verse, because he's part of those guys who are like that. Okay, and they're the attempted Darth O'Valley that come out of the meadows, okay? And the meadow is connected to Quail Meadow, where I got defrosted with all my smoking weed back in the day, and I don't do that anymore, but that's the Quail Meadow was in Irvine, California, and that's the defrosting process. Okay, so that quail shows up with Hopi legends, the blue kachina, the red kachina, all that. So, and the Hopi were like weed smokers and ayahuasca, and you know, they got real spiritual. So, and you don't have to have that stuff to get spiritual. It's just, it can be a gateway to the spiritual, you know. So if I hadn't experienced all that with like weed and acid and stuff, I don't know if I would be as spiritual as I am today. That's a question only God can answer. I don't really know, but I feel like it opened my hearing, it opened my mind to think differently, you know, and I don't support all that. I'm not going to like endorse it on an ad, you know, to make America more divided than it already is, but it is kind of like that. So head, now the head is a little different. Head is a living glass. It's like glass, but like if you sneeze or something, it can move, okay? And it's a glass of the strongest material made. Now, I didn't see it was like an element or anything. I just saw that it's like the strongest material ever, you know. It's nothing to like mess around with. It's like something that God has made and that we don't have on earth. So, trying to find a good song here. Clams Casino is kind of hit and miss with all this, but living glass of strongest material of a pig. It's a pig just like the Legion went into the pig, with bull shark teeth and nose of an elephant trunk, which is a revolver pistol. Okay, so like when it lifts up, it can shoot. It can shoot, and it's a revolver. It revolves. So tail is a blue light candle. Connected to Mark Camp in a jar a little bit, the blue Mahdi, but so it's kind of like deception of the Muslims, deception of Islam, something like that. It's not really like the Abu Dare candles of Dan Barrett. It's different. So then reincarnation list. 90s program battery mixed with Hobbit, Hu Yi, St. David, Boiled Pirate, Cornell's Cord, My Dad. That's 6. Okay, so he's getting up there with like Groxton Ben on that with reincarnation lives. Excuse me. And then Guillermo Ganga, who is actually the Negrita spirit, is what I saw. So we can actually X that out there. Sorry I left that on there. I just wanted to show you how I got to this Negrita spirit. It's from Guillermo Ganga, but I was not reincarnated as him, and we're not going to use him for anything except my past video on him. But it's the Negrita spirit, which is the finality of it, you know. And then Usrc Hudson spirit, and then Mountain Dew Lemon. That's, of course, subject to change, but this, you know, I feel like God led me to this tonight, and it corresponds with the vision being lost almost, you know. Thaddeus Hadjic, Sylvester Corolla, and Kyle Mooney. Kyle Mooney on SNL. He is the reincarnation of Sylvester Corolla and Thaddeus Hadjic. Now, from the Guillermo Ganga video, Sue Grafton's residue, okay, like her steam of On Earth, is being used by 3 Far Side Mafia U-turn wheel runners. They are as 4 false, I said watchmen, but I meant horsemen. They are as 4 false horsemen, okay? Grafton as false hope, unbalanced with terror, okay, like terror. Like I saw more of a horror movie, like a thriller, you know, it's that type of terror, like Scream or something. So that's what she's emanating, like her steam, you know, because she died in 2017, but that spirit is messing with things. And that's why we're seeing these U-turns, because the U-turn is whenever everything goes up to the, you know, the maximum point where you would have a Brahma bull or start the guillotines or something, and then it resets, you know, it goes back to just the matrix, you know, like a program. It defaults back to its original state. And that happens all the time, you know. But 15 through the 23rd month dates is a big buildup, and then it usually resets. But it's been happening more and more recently, within the past 4 years basically. So and then since 2 years, it's almost about every day that we get a reset like that since Sue Grafton died. So her spirit is really pushing on it. Okay, so we've got all that, and then I've got this here, review type, but we'll get this down. These are the worlds here and the deals associated with those worlds. Let's start from the bottom. So Gardoom, Sphere Letty, Wall Castle, New Archangels, okay. Underworld, 100 Cycles, Live as Bruco or Joust 92. Mansions of Jesus Prepared World. That's connected to number 2, Jesus Prepared World. YG Drassel in the middle, and then New Eunuch Zion, which is on top, okay? So, just wanted to go over this. Oh, the 81 there, that's Hu Yi 81, okay? I just called it 81 because I had it labeled like that. The 81 usually represents Heath Ledger, but 81 in that sense of this paper here is Hu Yi, okay? So, and he's as a tier figure, TYR, of the Norse myth for the 2 women that are with him, the Dawn and the Capo Regime, that are with him on the Lone Side Mafia. So keep faith with Lord Jesus. Wanted to show this. Could be my last video, so just keep faith with Lord Jesus, and thank you.